Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl JB Good. As you guys can see, it's a completely different background. I actually like this background, to be honest with you. I'm actually at work, and if you know the title of this video is about things that I hate about my job or things that I hate about work. And it's not so much about the work that I do, it's more so about the annoyances that happen in the office. So I might call this video 10 office annoyances or 10 things in the office that I hate. I don't really know what direction I'm going to move into with the name of this video, but it will come after the video's been edited and I've looked at everything. I'm sure I will come up with the title for the video. Without further ado, I thought it would be great, like I said, to do this video here because this is where I work. See all my son's pictures and my pictures and things like that in the background. And like I said, for a work related video, I just thought it would be great to do it at my actual place of work. So some of you know, you probably don't know because we're getting to know each other, but I am a compliance coordinator for a home health agency, and basically my job is just to make sure that our employees stay in compliance as it relates to the New York State Department of Health. And that's basically what I do in a nutshell, just keep people in compliance. And like I said, I wanted to go and do this video about things that I hate about work because there's a lot. So without further ado, let's get into this video. And this is in no particular order. I was just sitting at work one day and I came up with the idea to do this video. So I just wrote things as the day was progressing or things that annoy me in general about this job or the people at this job, however you want to put it. Anyways, number one, people track you down. If I'm not at my desk, I'm not available. Don't look for me. So I hate, like, if you have a phone call and if I have a phone call rather, and somebody is looking around the office trying to figure out where I am. If I'm not at my desk, that means that I'm not available. So please take a message. One of the things that I really don't like about my job is people don't like to take messages, and it's just, I don't understand. You know, I've worked at several different places before. I don't know if it's just this job or what, but I've worked at different places before, and it's common sense. If the person is not at their desk, if the person is on the other line, whatever the situation may be, if you don't see them, that means they're not available. Therefore, take a message. But for whatever reason, at times here, people don't like to take messages, and they like to literally track you down. A couple of weeks ago, somebody literally tracked me down in the bathroom, and I'm like, really? Seriously? I'm in the bathroom. So that's one of the things that I hate. Number two, trying to talk to me when you clearly see me on the phone. That one is a big pet peeve of mine because when I'm talking on the phone to someone or I'm having a conversation with someone, I try to engage as much as possible and give that person my full attention when I'm talking to them. And it's nothing worse than when you're on the phone with someone, because you know sometimes phone lines can be bad, and at this job the phones aren't all that great. So I'm trying to hear what the person is saying on the other line, and I have somebody standing over me at my desk talking to me about something totally different. It's annoying. If you see that I'm on the phone, you see the phone, see my phone, you see that I'm on the phone, that means that I am not available to talk to you. That means that you shouldn't be talking to me because you see me on my phone. That's just a level of respect. So that's another thing that I do not like about my coworkers here. It's like, not all of them. Now, I just want to put a little disclaimer here. This is not every coworker that I work with, but there are a few that just have no, what I would like to call, workplace etiquette. And it's so rude to freaking be trying to talk to me when you see me talking to someone else. Number three, when you give a message and they still ask the person why they are calling. So a lot of times you get a call and you transfer the call and you let the person know so and so is on the phone wanting to speak to you. This doesn't so much annoy me, but it's just like a waste of time. If I take a call for someone and I'm telling you who's on the phone, why do you pick up the phone and say, "Hello, who's this?" Like, you know who it is because I just told you. I don't know. I just put that on the list. Don't ask me why, but that just annoys me because it makes it seem like, I guess for me, it makes it seem like I didn't tell the person who was on the phone. Okay, so I guess that annoys me a little bit. And while I just had that thought, I have another one that I want to add to the list. Bear with me, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, the next one, turning the air or heat to your personal comfort level. So I have somebody here, I'm not going to name any names because they might one day watch the video, but they like to control the thermostat to their comfortable level, whether that be cold or whether that be hot. And I just think it's inconsiderate to everyone else. There's only one person or two people here that have their own offices. I did ask for mine, but they don't want to give it to a girl, whatever. And everybody else sits in the open, basically. So my thing is, being that we all sit out in the open, why are you changing the heat and the air condition settings to your liking? Like, it's not respectful to everybody else. We should all have a say in what the levels should be because we all work in the office. But there's a particular person who comes in and they put the air on like 68, which is freezing cold, or there are people that want to put the heat on to like 74. Can we not find a middle ground, like 70, 71? That's a good range. You know, that's a comfortable range. I personally feel like I get hot easily. I do a lot of movement at work, whether I'm going to the printer and making copies, or going up front and dealing with somebody, or running back and forth if we have a class here. And so I get hot very easily. Me personally, I like the office to be at a cool setting. However, being respectful to the other people that I work with, I'm okay with it being neutral. I have my own fan here at my desk, so if it gets too hot, I just put on my fan and I do my thing. But being that I like the office cool, if you're cold, you can bring in a sweater, bring in a blanket, and just chill with the blanket. If you're hot, there's nothing really that you can do for hot. It's not like I can take my clothes off if I'm hot. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like in an office setting, it should be at a reasonable number, reasonable temperature, not too cold, not too hot, right in the middle. But there are some people who feel like they just want to put it on whatever they feel like they want to put it on. I don't know if they're menopausal. I don't know what the issue is, but I just think it's only fair to have it at one number and keep it at that one number. If you're cold, bring a blanket. If you're hot, put your fan on. You know what I'm saying? But just keep it level. Don't be selfish and put it to where you want it to be and not have any consideration for your coworkers. Not cool. The next one, putting your speaker on your phone. Okay, so this one really drives me crazy. Like I said, we sit in the open. So if you're dialing a number, you hear the phone ringing, you know, like there's so many different distractions in the office, whether there's people talking on the phone, people making calls, people coming in to speak to people, people having conversations amongst one another. There's a whole lot of noise. Don't add on to the noise by making a call and putting the call on speaker. My supervisor, I'm just going to call you out on it, girl. She is known to do that. And I sit right next to her office. So every time she does that mess, I just kindly walk over and shut the door because it's not respectful to other people that are doing their work. I don't like a whole lot of noise. I don't necessarily like peace, like it quiet either. But I'm saying, like, why do you have your phone on speaker in an office setting at all? You know, certain things that you're talking about over the phone is confidential. You don't know who's in the office listening to the other person on the line while you're talking to them. It's just rude. I just think it's just rude. Don't dial a person's number and let the phone ring while you're doing other stuff. Like, I mean, come on. We're all in one area, so it is not considerate to the person sitting next to you, behind you, in front of you. It's just they might not care, but to me, I just find it to be improper office etiquette. In my personal opinion, I don't like it. Next one, not respecting personal space and items. People take stuff here from time to time. I don't know if it's coworkers that are taking other coworkers' stuff or people come in and just randomly take stuff, but you definitely need to respect people's personal items and people's space. I personally have a barrier right here. You can't see it, but I have a barrier right here because people like to come to my desk and they like to talk over the desk to me. Like I'm sitting right here and they're like right here. That's not cool. Not cool at all. If you want to talk to me and have a conversation, respect my personal space. You should be at arm's length. Okay? I don't like people getting all up in my face. I don't get all up in people's face. There are people who just don't have any idea of how to respect your personal space. So for me, I'm going to need you to stay behind the barrier and say whatever it is that you have to say. I don't need you reaching on my desk, touching my items. I don't need you taking my stapler and not returning it. I don't need you taking a piece of candy unless you ask for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be respectful of people's items and respectful of people's personal space. Okay? Next one, not paying attention to signage. I don't know where I was really going with that one, not paying attention to signage. I'm going to disregard that one, guys. I don't know what I was talking about there. Shouting across the office, another pet peeve of mine. It's like, listen, y'all. Like I said, it's an open floor plan. We're all sitting amongst each other. We have extensions. If you need to talk to someone about something, call that person's extension and talk to them. Don't shout across the room because, again, I could be on the phone talking to someone. I could have someone here at my desk talking to me about something. You never know who's listening in, and it's just rude, you know, like, why are you shouting across the office? Either you get up out of your seat and walk and go and talk to that person about whatever the problem is, or you call their extension. You know, it's just, there's no other options. It's just rude to shout across the office because, again, we could be concentrating on our work. There's several different things going on throughout the course of the day, and I just think it's so rude to shout across a room. You want to do it in church, would you? So why you do that work? Not cleaning up after yourself. Oh my God. There are people here, I'm not going to name any names, but they come, they have cups of coffee, cups of cereal, cups of whatever, and they leave their dirty dishes in the sink. I find that to be extremely rude. If you are, you know, like, it only takes, what, a minute to wash a dish. You're not at home with a full-blown meal. So just wash your dishes and clean up after yourself. It makes no sense for stuff to be sitting in a sink for 3 and 4 days. I don't know. And the thing about it that kills me is that we're all women. So I don't want to be stereotypical. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I don't want to be that way, but it's like women should be clean. Like, we should be practice cleanliness. It's like, I look at some people and I'm like, I would never eat from you or eat at your house. Not the way you treat, like, to me, when I'm not home, this is my home away from home. So I like it to be neat, well put together. I don't want to see any rodents because I don't got no rodents at home. I don't want to see dishes because I don't keep dishes overflowing in my sink. So just clean up after yourself. It takes a minute. To me, it's lazy to just leave stuff in the sink. And then sometimes they leave stuff in the sink and other people come and clean it. And it's like, nobody is your maid. You don't have no maids around here. Clean up after yourself. I just don't get it. Or like if you use the bathroom, you go to the bathroom. Another thing that I hate about being here sometimes is people go to the bathroom and they use the last of the toilet paper or the last of the paper towel, and you got to go to the bathroom and you ain't thinking about toilet paper or paper towel. You're just thinking about peeing and releasing the fluids, and you go to the bathroom and there's no toilet paper, there's no paper towel. If you know that you use the last of the toilet paper and paper towel, replace it. It's just common courtesy. I can go on and on about this clearly, guys, but I really feel like, you know, you should treat your workplace the way you treat your home. okay? It's really no different. Like, to me, if I might leave a cup in the sink and then be in the middle of something, go back and clean it up later, but I'm not leaving my dishes in the sink for days on end. Okay, if I'm using the bathroom, I replace the toilet paper, I replace the paper towel, because I don't want the next person to go in there and not be able to dry their hands or wipe themselves after they use the bathroom. Common courtesy. Asking me questions as soon as I walk into the office. Oh my goodness, that is a pet peeve of mine. I'm just coming into work. Why are you bombarding me with questions? Can I put my stuff down? Can I turn my computer on? Can I decompress from getting to work with the traffic and the road rage that people have? Can I just get my life before you hit me up with 1,000 questions about work when I just came into the door? Can I? I do not like that. I do not like that. I feel like, again, it's disrespectful and rude. You see that I'm just coming through the door. Why are you bombarding me with work already? You can wait 5 minutes for me to get myself settled. I just can't. I can't. People do that, and they like, in their minds, they don't see anything wrong with that. I don't comprehend how you think that's okay. Okay, next one, not listening. Like, my supervisor, again, she is like her, but it's like, girl, you be killing me sometimes. I'll give her work, right? I'll give her my work and I'll say X, Y, and Z. Then she comes back to me and asks me about what I've already told her the work is about or what I've already done. And I be sitting there looking at her sometimes like, did you listen to me when I came and I told you this? Clearly you didn't, because if you listened, then you wouldn't have to be asking me these questions. Or I'll write an email to her and I'll put everything in the email, or I'll say refer to such and such. Why is she asking me questions when I said refer to such and such? I mean, it might not be a lot to you guys, but I don't like repeating myself. And I feel like when I submit work, it's clear what I'm submitting to you. So there's no reason why you should have questions. I mean, okay, you can have a question or two, but if it's already in black and white and you're just being lazy because you don't want to look it up or you don't want to find it, that's not a me thing, that's a you thing. I don't like it. Don't do it. Just listen. Basic things that you expect your kids to do, basic things that we learn as children, why can't we just, do them as adults? I don't know. And then lastly, like, if you're on lunch or whatever, I don't want to hear your phone conversation. Like, why are you at your desk on your phone? Again, I'm working, I'm trying to get my work done, and I'm listening to your conversation. Go somewhere privately and have that conversation. Like, I don't want to know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just is another thing that irks me. Personally, when I talk to my husband, I'll call him on my work phone. We'll talk like 3 times throughout the day, really briefly, about whatever, and then that's it. But when I'm on lunch, I'm not at my desk having conversations with people. I just feel like it's rude. You're not respecting other people's, what they have to do, and you don't realize that you talking on your phone, or you playing with a game, or you listening to music, or whatever the situation may be, can be distracting to other people. And just because people don't say anything doesn't mean that it can't be distracting. So that's everything that I have for things that annoy me at work. I'm sure I can do a part 2 if you guys want to see of this video. And yeah, if you guys have things, or you guys can relate to what it is that I have said, please comment in the comments below. And I look forward to talking with you guys in my next video. Until then, everybody have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.